5 tips to help your pet better cope with the veterinary collar. A not at all fashionable accessory that our dear furballs could do without, the veterinary collar, or the cone of shame, as our English-speaking friends like to call it, is a necessary evil. If we can initially smile at the clumsy look and the clumsiness it brings to our pets, the days that follow are not so funny. So what can we do to soothe their discomfort and make the little daily gestures with the cone easier? A source of discomfort sometimes indispensable. A curious object, the veterinary cone is used to prevent some of our pets, especially dogs and cats, from licking or scratching their wounds following an injury or surgery. But this is often a source of physical and mental discomfort, despite its protective role. There are some alternatives, but they are not the most prescribed by veterinarians. It is therefore out of the question to remove it if there is too great a risk of injury or irritation of an already existing wound. And if you choose to remove it despite the advice of a veterinarian, at least try to do it only temporarily and during times when you can keep an eye on your pet. This will allow you to take him back in case he tickles his scar. Soften the daily routine with the collar. For the rest, the collar is de rigueur. We know this thanks to a scientific study. Animals who wear one tend to experience a small drop in morale. This is due to the isolation that the collar can cause, both physically, for obvious reasons, and mentally, because they can't do the same movements as usual with ease. And to help them cope with this disabling accessory as much as possible, there are a few simple things you can do to help them through this period. 1. Set the stage. If you know in advance that your pet is going to be wearing a collar, use the time before the operation to familiarize him with the collar. Just get it from your veterinarian ahead of time, and you're done. For the rest, let things go at their own pace. You can do this by placing the cone in your home so that it is accessible to your pet. Then, let your pet sniff, discover, and get used to the presence of the collar in its environment. You can also try it on gently. Put the collar around your dog or cat's neck for a few seconds, then a few minutes. Take advantage of this time to see if it fits well and does not tighten it too much. During this period, don't hesitate to reward him with treats so that he associates the cone with positive feelings. 2. Make the house safe. The risks of falls and domestic accidents are greater during the period of wearing the collar. So be sure to keep an eye on your pet when you're home, and secure strategic areas. Limit access to stairs. Move plants and other furniture that could prevent your pet from moving freely around the house, and make sure that his basket and bowls are easily accessible. You may also want to elevate the food bowls. 3. Don't upset the routine. With the cone, it's likely that your pet will take a while to adjust and become a little disoriented. Therefore, it's best to keep your pet's habits fixed, as usual, so as not to increase the confusion, if this is possible after the veterinary intervention. Whether it's playtime, walk time, or mealtime, keep as many cues as possible that were already there before the cone. 4. Keep the cone clean. The collar obviously does not prevent our pets from getting dirty, drooling, running in the dirt, and other usual joys. Therefore, just like his collar or his bowls, his cone must be washed with soapy water, rinsed, and dried regularly. This will undoubtedly increase your pet's comfort and well-being, but will also reduce the additional risk of infection.